study Chinese more. I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of wish like I took like a drama class or something like that, or
whoops. Yeah, drama class, you know, or like I don't know, like some class that helps developing your personality so you can become a YouTube star. I'm sure there's like classes now. Or like feedback.
Am I on the feedback situation here?
Nope, I'm good here.
Okay, all right.
Hey everyone, what is going on? I'm sorry for the late title that I punched in. Danny and I are like, well, at least me today, I was having a lot of trouble just trying to figure out what we should talk about today. So we're gonna have a little fun show today. Keep it relaxing because I'm stressed on my end, but I don't want to say anything because you know the bride is probably watching this live show right now.
Oh, bro, what the heck?
Let's hope no one's watching this.
and the stream goes down.
Yeah, plummeting. If you guys are on the live chat, let's do a roll call. Who's here? Who's who's from what and what time is it and what's the weather? I don't know. Just give us something. Let us know you're alive. Let us know you're out there.
Chris Barr. What's going on, Chris?
How's it going, Chris Barr?
Oh man.
Yep.
Well, I'm just trying to survive right now.
Just trying to stay alive here. Shrek 81 in Cali. What is going on, Shrek?
What part of Cali? NorCal, SoCal,
Mid-Cal,
Hella, Hecka, Mid-Cal.
Lolu is from middle of nowhere, Kansas.
Nowhere in Kansas.
Nowhere in Kansas, man.
Oh, how's the weather? I feel like there's some crazy weather going on, like in the Midwest. Well, is it the Midwest? I don't remember. Hopefully, everyone's doing all right out there.
Oh, dude, I'm so glad. Like, it's much cooler this week than it was the last couple of weeks. It was like, I can't even complain. You're like dying.
We're always at 100. We're always at 100. But where were you guys at? Like 90s? I mean, it's still hot.
It was 87, but it was super humid for us. It was 87, 90, but it was like all that heat was just kind of trapping in, and I was just like, yeah. Man. But it's good now. I kind of want to go out and shoot some YouTube videos.
Just a YouTube video of just on a bench crying.
Hey, that's we shot something like that.
The Keanu Reeves. I don't know if you've ever seen that meme.
Oh yeah,
of Keanu Reeves just sitting
the pigeon and the bread and everything.
Yeah, we're like, that's me right now.
That's a good meme.
Or Brendan Fraser, who's kind of falling off from the scene.
Shrek is 2 hours from the north of LA. Honolulu, Switzerland at 4 a.m. Holy crap. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Honolulu Shell Finders. Thanks for being here.
Chris Mega Games, I melt every day. Yep.
From San Antonio.
Math fan, got a beer ready for every time Danny says actual and every time Jason says gears instead of gear. I'm gonna keep saying gears, man. Yeah, I got a B in English in high school, so that's probably it's an accurate reflection of my English abilities.
His English.
Yeah, people are like, oh, are you a fob? And I was like, no, I'm born here. It's just my English is kind of crappy.
It's horrible. Is it other Asian people telling you if you're a fob?
No, it's actually this Caucasian girl. I remember we were working together, and I was just like kind of fumbling with my words, and she was like, "Oh, is English not your first language?" I was like, "That's insulting." I didn't say that out loud. I was just like, "Oh no, of course no. I was born here."
I don't know my experience like in my area because there's like Filipinos. Like I'm half Filipino because I get this question a lot. They're like, "What are you Filipino or not?"
You're half Filipino?
So I'm half Filipino, half Chinese.
Oh, and so that's why we look alike. That's why people are like, "Are you that one camera guy, Scoofy brother?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sometimes."
And it's just it's weird working like in the education system that I'm in. Like there's hardly any other Asian people where I'm at, and so I would remember like little kids making these they're doing this all the time. I was like, are you... So I was like, it doesn't bother me anymore. It was just like really silly, but I can't blame people. I mean, it's like you've never seen an Asian person, right? It's like, well, what are you gonna say? Like,
I guess it's like
they only
it's mind boggling for us though. It's just to be like, what, you've never seen an Asian person before, but it's happened.
in some of my areas, it's just weird. But like for example, the area where I went to school in Delano, in the Central Valley, there's a lot of Filipinos, and that's why we had that Filipino festival there. So people are very used to Asian people.
Yeah.
I mean, but Filipinos look like their eyes are slightly different than Chinese people. Chinese people, or some other Asian people, their eyes are a lot smaller, I would say, right? So, but I don't know. I can tell the different Asians apart. I'm sure you can too, right? For the most part, you can usually.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like, I guess if you're like Mexican, you can kind of tell, who's Puerto Rican, who's insert other, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't blame people for other races that tell me like, oh, I thought you were some other guy. You look like some other guy. Because like to a Caucasian, if I see a Caucasian, I see another Caucasian, I was like, oh crap, is that the same guy that I met like a couple of days ago? Like, I can't tell myself. So I don't fault anyone for not being able to like, differentiate me from like another Asian person,
Yeah. So it's pretty normal. Like if someone's Japanese or Korean or Vietnamese, I can usually tell even just by how they're talking to you. So but you're just used to it. Like you see it all the time enough and you get really used to it. But yeah, weird tangent there. But anyway, that's what this show is going to be a lot about today. I think it's just going to be some really off tangent.
Tonight's show is just a little relaxing. We're trying something a little new.
Yeah, Jason's a little bit stressed out today, so
a little stressed out is an understatement, but we'll try to pull through. Lolu says it's crazy. 1 second it's 100, the next it's 60, and then next there is a hail in the middle of July. Well,
does Kansas get the tornadoes and stuff? Right? Are they part of that area? Are you part of Tornado County?
Oh my god, I can't imagine tornadoes.
Shrek 81 says I'm blurry. Okay, let me step up the quality. I was holding off on the video quality. I don't know if my jetpack's gonna manage not, but let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if the quality improves.
So Danny kind of cripples his quality first, and then when it's 7 o'clock, that's when he busts out the HD. So
it did work last time. My jetpack just crapped out on me, man. Like I was so disappointed. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like a potato quality throughout the entire thing.
I just need your sound quality to be good, and you last for an hour. That's all I'm asking.
Even sometimes like the audio would go in and out, and I was just like, "What is going on here, man?" It's just kind of weird. But oh well. That's my internet. Dang it. Lolu says yes, we get tornadoes all the time. Oh my gosh.
That's so scary. I don't know I don't even know what we have here in California.
I mean, I've seen like earthquakes, dude. Earthquakes.
Oh yeah, up there we got earthquakes. Yeah.
Those are pretty I mean, LA area, you're in that San Andreas fault area, I'm assuming. So
there was an earthquake one time I was in summer school years ago, and like it was just happening. It was pretty intense. We all brain farted. We were like, what was it we're supposed to do? We just all sort of like looked at each other, and then like maybe like 3 seconds later, as it was happening, we all got underneath our desk. So it's just like, oh man, it's always been a drill, it's never been real, and then finally it happened.
Oh man, you guys are just like running around, bumping your heads against each other, rolling around like tuck and roll. Is this a fire drill? What do we do?
Yeah, and the most craziest thing was after the earthquake passed, my accounting teacher was like, "All right, let's continue on with our lessons." And we're like, "Hell no, we're gonna go home, man. This is crazy."
I gotta tell you a story. I think I know it's 7 o'clock. I don't know if you want to start the show, but
let's start the show first, and then we'll circle back to that story after some new gear.
Okay.
All right, guys, it's 7 o'clock. Welcome back to another Monday Night Live. The show is a little bit different in case you're just joining in right now, but we're taking a sort of a lax approach. That's because we don't have much going on in the news world, right, Danny?
No, nothing that stands out to us personally in terms of like the camera stuff. So
we're gonna talk about some new gear, and then afterwards, Danny and I will have a little fun conversation, and then you guys, definitely are encouraged to also join in and chime in your opinions and thoughts and whatnots. And then after that, maybe around 7:30, we're gonna hit up we're gonna do some open Q&A for like about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yep.
So as always, we love to start the show with some new gear. So let us know what new piece of gear you got over the week by using the hashtag new gear. So Danny, what you got, man? What's new?
Oh, dude, I've gotten a lot of stuff in the last few days. But the two things that really got me was and the video already came out about it, but I got the loan item from Sony via lens rental. Was the 12 to 24. I'm gonna end up buying one of these lenses. I don't know how else to say it. It's just I really like this lens. Like that's how much I really. I mean, I haven't used it enough, but it's just awesome. I don't know, Jason. Like it's so cool. And if you do like video, like first person stuff, it's so wide enough that you can get some really cool creative shots. And then image wise, dude, it just looks great. It's a blast.
Yeah, I was watching your video. I'm just like, wow, your face just looks super sharp.
It's a sharp lens. Like the center portion's really sharp. Obviously the edges will get a little bit soft, right? And then photo wise, you can get everything corrected in Lightroom. So if you're doing photos and you're worried about like vignetting on the edges, and Lightroom will correct the perspective. So it's not like a huge issue for the most part. But the 12 to 24 is really, a lot of people use it for astrophotography, but I don't know if it's like an architectural lens too. So I don't know. I'm going to do some shots, but I don't really got anything interesting to shoot as of this time. So it'll just be random things.
Do you own the 16 to 35 f4 Zeiss?
I don't. I haven't used it, and I only have a Canon 1740. So I love the 1740 focal length, and so for me right now, in my mind, like I would get the 12 to 24 and maybe the 16 to 35 f4 instead of the f2.8. I'm still going to try and get a loaner. I'm still going to try and get a loaner of the f2.8 and check it out. But I've never needed a 2.8 necessarily for wide angle. I've never really needed it. But the thing is, I don't know if the 16 to 35 f2.8 is lighter than how much heavier it is compared to the f4. But they're definitely double the price in terms of how you can get them. So, that's kind of how I would look at it. As far as the tool is concerned, I would rather just get the 16 to 35 f4 and just wait a little bit longer. And then maybe get the f2.8 later on. So I don't know. That's what I'm looking at right now. But yeah, dude, the 12 to 24, Jason, if you get a loaner at some point, just check it out. It's just a fun lens. It is
I should have, man. Like I don't know why I didn't try to pick up any of these two ultra wide. Is the 16 to 35 2.8 even out yet?
It is now.
Okay.
It is now.
Right. Did you get one?
It's out now. Well, I've got I don't think they're going to let me take two items out at once. So I don't got that Jason.
Well, they let me take the 100 STF and the 85.
I don't know. And like I said, I mentioned before, it was really cool because I asked Sony, right? I contacted Pro Support in the morning, like at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I got confirmation that it was shipped already at like 1 p.m. and it was going to come to me the next day.
Nice.
Like that was Sony Pro Support. And so I got the lens the very next day when I asked. And that was really nice. Now, I hope that's the situation now for a lot of people, because they say now they're open 24/7 and they're getting multiple facilities available, although they're still getting lenses through lens rentals. So that means lens rental has to get more lenses, right? Like lens rental themselves has to bring in more in-house equipment so that they can handle the Sony customers, the Sony Pro Support people. But I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I mean, like I said, that's $1,700. I get to check it out for free. Well, the Sony Pro Support's $100, right?
It's a pretty good deal, man.
Yeah, and it was something we talked about, and we both joined Pro Support, and it's been okay so far. I haven't had too many problems with it. So
I got to take advantage of it because I'm thinking when I go to Europe the end of this month that I'm gonna need to like maybe pick up another A7S II just to shoot the wedding, because who knows what the lighting situation will be wherever the venue is, because we're gonna be somewhere in the south of France, and it's gonna be probably pitch dark at the venue, or at least the exterior. Yeah. So I'm gonna best bring like another A7S II for like those low light situations.
I think that's a cool idea. I think that's a smart idea.
Well, do you think I should get an A9 as well to try out? You think the low light is good enough comparable to the A7S II?
I think you should get the A9 instead of the A7S II.
You think so?
Well, okay, here's the thing. If you're used to the A7S II and what you're doing and you're comfortable with it, get that.
That's true.
That's what I would say.
That's true.
The A9, on the other hand, has
That's
better
true.
battery life, but then you're gonna get you need an extra battery. Like your situation kind of
Ah,
changes. You see me? You get it? Like your situation
I didn't even think
changes.
about that. You're right, man. That's oh my god. I forgot it uses a different battery.
So you are
Yeah.
going to incur additional costs in order for you to make it work,
Yeah.
right?
I have to buy
Um,
more. Cool. Anything else, Danny? Anything new with you?
um, what else did I put down on that thing?
You put down the Sigma 31.4.
Okay, I finally got that darn lens. Okay,
Okay.
uh, everyone, I kept getting requests. Okay, they're like, can you tell me how the 31.4, the 31.4, the 31.4? So I was like, okay, I'll order the darn lens. So I went and ordered it. I ordered it with all the extra goodies. So I went on Amazon. I don't know if you've ever seen the sales. It says, here's the lens, and it includes like a backpack, a sling, a strap, all these other little
Did you get it
gizmos.
from Digital Goja?
I did.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I figured. I got the same exact bundle.
I was like, okay, I'm like, it's the same price. It's almost the same price. I'm like, and you know what? I can give these things away as gifts, like, or as prizes to my students or something that they wanted something, like I could give it away. So I was like, I'll just get this and I get all of this crap. It's great. It's perfect. You know, it's not great stuff, but I mean, hey, it's like decent. Like it's good enough for someone that might want it as a gift. So I
Yeah.
went and got that. And my first impressions of the lens so far is I was not as I should have kept my expectations a little bit lower as far as the build quality, because I thought the build quality was going to be similar to like the Sigma art line, and it wasn't.
No,
You know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about?
know what you're
You
talking
know that
about.
that solid build,
Hmm.
and it wasn't. I thought it was going to be similar to the Canon EF Sigma 31.4
Hmm.
art line, and it
Right.
wasn't. I was like, I could have sworn I really thought it was like a solid feeling lens, and then I get it. It's like it's really light, which is good, right? But I was like, this thing feels a little bit underwhelming in terms of the build quality,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
it kind of got me there. And then focus ring is not as good as I would like it to be. So if you wanted to manually focus with it for video, definitely don't want to go that route. Image quality wise, I haven't tested it yet, so I'll go shoot some photos with it. But other than that, my initial impressions, it's kind of not what I expected initially. So
Okay.
that's where it's at for me with it. But yeah, I think that's. Do you still have your copy?
Yeah, no, I lent it to my friend. Well, so he has my 31.4. But when
Okay.
I used it, I thought it was good. I liked it. I mean, like image quality wise, I mean, if you watch the A6000 video I pushed out,
Mhm.
that the whole portrait things I was shooting with, it was with that lens, and it was kind of hard to nail the focus on their eyes, only because like I was shooting with the 6000 with like no in-body image stabilization. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you can nail focus, it's pretty darn sharp lens.
I think that's going to be the case. It's just like I said. I think I put my expectations a little too high, and I didn't really like understand that lens itself. And so when I finally got it, I was like, "What is going on?" I thought the box was fake too. Like I was looking at the box. The box is nothing like the regular Sigma lenses. It's like it
Really?
felt cheap. Um,
Hmm.
it didn't feel like a regular Sigma box. So
I'm gonna need to take a look at that. I don't know. The only new Sigma lens I've ever owned is the 24 to 70. So
yeah.
so I really don't have like a comparison. But yeah.
I know we're still off topic, but I think I was telling you I was contacting some of the lens manufacturers to try and get some equipment. So I contacted Sigma, right? I told you, and I contacted their like support. I said, hey, you got I'd be interested in trying out a lens for review, and they were trying to get me the 18 to 300 Sigma. I think it was the 18 to 300 Sigma, which I thought was going to be a great sell. And what was really weird was I said, I asked them, do you have an E mount of the Sigma 18 to 300 so I could review it for my channel so that my viewers can see it? And she was like, yeah, we do. We have that lens. And then I checked online. They have Sigma. They have the A mount, the Sony A
Oh.
mount. And so I clarified. I said, can you please make sure it's E mount? They said, oh, sorry, we don't have the E mount. We only have A mount. And I said, oh, could you just send me the EF mount and I can just use my MC11 adapter? And it says like, and they said, oh, we don't have any right now. We'll let you know. And I was like, but you're Sigma. How do you not have your own lenses? So
Okay, that's weird.
yeah, it's weird. And I was hoping to get it in to do some tests because it's a really good general purpose lens. And I think there's a lot of folks out there who just want to see a really long zoom, like a lens that goes from 18 $300. Is it worth your money, right?
That's
and
crazy.
Then I think Rokinon is finally getting out the I requested the 12mm f2 from them.
Okay.
So I don't know. Hopefully it comes in sometime, maybe later this week. But we'll see how that goes. Cool. But yeah, man, I kept rambling on. Jason.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make some conversation.
Yeah, we're just trying to fill up some time right now. Hey guys, thanks for joining in today. We're right now still in the new gear section. As for me, I got the Came TV Botzen light. Where did I put it away? Oh wait, it's right here.
The weird thing is when you say Came TV, I think like it's a gimbal for some reason. Like that's the thing that goes through my mind.
Well, they also do sell gimbals themselves. Funny enough, I've always brushed off Came TV, but the reason why I picked up this spotlight right here was because I think I was watching Matt Johnson's live video, and he was on it with White and Reverie. They're all wedding filmmakers, and then coincidentally, I was kind of looking for like a spotlight that runs on battery and not like on power, because there's often times when you're shooting a wedding that the outlet is like either non-existent or they're too darn far away. You would have to run like a really long extension cable, or it just wasn't feasible to like have it run on power. So they're using this exact one right here, and you can power it with the Sony batteries, but yeah, you just can't power it up to like 100%. You can only do like 50% with the Sony battery. So I got one of this to try out, and I know a lot of people were kind of asking me on Instagram to do a review on it. So we're gonna shoot a wedding the end of this month. We're gonna shoot like 3 weddings between the end of August to like the start of September. So I'll report back on how this light here works. Yeah.
Was it the review unit that you got, or one you personally got, Jason?
This was the one that I bought, and coincidentally, my friend was also selling it. Like he just posted on like Wedding Videographer, and I was just like, "Hey, that's the light that I was kind of interested in." So I bought it off him. It's like $300 retail, and I got it off him like $200. So I saved $100.
Awesome.
So it's not bad. It's pretty cool.
Would you consider like putting like a filter over it, or not like a filter, but like a modifier? Does that kind of thing, or are you just gonna go straight on that light?
Just straight on, yeah. Because I think that's what we do with the Dita light too. It's just like straight on. So, I mean, the concept of lighting reception is still relatively new to us. We didn't really start using it until like the last maybe like 4 or 5 weddings. So we're still kind of practicing, trying to find the best solutions for lighting. But man, it's just kind of hard to go back to not using lighting shooting a reception, because it just looks so dull. And having a spotlight at least, it just makes a world of a difference.
Okay.
Yeah,
that'll be cool. So you only have 1 unit then, right? So you're just gonna go and test out one.
Yeah, I have this one, and then my friend has the Dito light, so we're gonna try to combine and see what's up. But the issue is the Came TV is 5600 Kelvin, while the other one is like 3200 Kelvin. So I'm wanting to put like some gel on mine just to kind of balance and make mine similar to what his output is.
Okay.
Cool.
Sure, that was it, Jason? Usually you got like a couple more things.
No, I'm good, man. I'm gonna save some of the other ones for next week, because I got a lot of stuff coming in. So
okay, all right, cool.
I'm excited for those. Let's jump into the chat and see what you guys picked up yourselves. So okay, let's see right here. So I see some questions already, and guys, we're gonna do an open Q&A in about 15 to 20 minutes. So hang on to those questions tight. Robert says, "Hi, Jason from Hungary, Europe, Monday, 4 a.m. there." Well, thanks for joining us, Robert. Shrek says he's got a Rokinon 12mm f2 for his A6000. Awesome.
All right. Awesome.
Danny's going to get his review unit very soon.
Okay. Yep.
I'm the Brown. Jason, did you say Danny had a sharp? I don't know. Is that an insult?
I have no idea. Pretty funny though.
Hey, who are you calling a pencil head? Let's see here. JYP Photo says, go for the A9 dual card slots. Maybe I'll consider it. I want to at some point pick up an A9 for something.
Dude, everyone is going to the A9. Everyone that said they weren't going to get it, they weren't going to. I was it like, is Manny just straight up using A9 now, and then Francisco too? See, they like go the A7R2 and just going straight. I'm telling you, the A9 is the real deal.
Yeah, I was watching some wedding photography Facebook groups, and I'm seeing pictures where they're like, oh my god, I shot this with like 35 1.4 at 1.4, and look how sharp these photos are. And it's like a photo of like the bride and groom walking up the aisle, I guess, because the ceremony is over, and it was insane how sharp it was, dude. It looks so good. And I'm
telling you, if the A9 shot 24 pictures per second, you could literally shoot your video in like 5K or whatever that 24 megapixel converts into.
Just for that 1 second.
It literally is like video, dude. It's insane. That's how insane it is.
Yeah, and it's because I'm seeing all these pictures. I'm seeing like David Osler pictures, and the photos that he posted, and I'm just like, dude, those A9 photos look amazing, and I'm just like, so tempted.
You don't need it. It's like I would kind of hold off a little. Like I said, that A7 III coming around in the fall, maybe. Just hold off, man.
I'm trying, man.
Get a loaner. Just get the loaner.
I mean,
get the loaner for sure.
Yeah, I'll get the loaner for sure, because I'm trying to get some of these concert photography gigs, but no one's really hitting me back up to like go shoot it. So that's the problem right there. So I'm hoping to at least land one of those gigs, so I can be like, hey, send me an A9. I really want to play with it. But yeah. Let's see here. Nathan says, new gear, GoPro Hero 5 Black. Very nice.
Nathan, why the GoPro? Why not the other ones?
Yeah. I actually borrowed my friend's Sony FDRX 3000. It's like the GoPro.
How do you like it?
I haven't played with it yet. I haven't
Okay.
played with it yet. There's like so many, like I've been posting so many like gear on my Instagram stories, and people are like, what do you think of it? I'm just like, I haven't had a chance to play this yet. But from a Photo Miike's video, like when he was shooting his wedding BTS with that camera, I was so surprised how solid that stabilization was. So yeah, I'm excited. Again, it's just like we're waiting for weddings to come up just so we have an excuse to be like, hey, we're going to test out these gear just to see how they work.
Yeah.
So very excited for it. Chris Mega Game says Ninja Inferno and 55 1.8 for his gaming channel.
Whoa.
Monitor 4K gaming and for music videos on my production end of things as well.
All right.
Wow.
Nice.
That is intense. That is an intense gaming channel. It's for you to warrant a Ninja Inferno and a 55 1.8.
Okay. Awesome.
Chris Mega Games, I want to have to check out one of your videos, man. Are they set up though? I want to watch your recent video with that setup.
Well, how 4K gaming? So is he just recording directly to the Ninja Inferno for 4K?
I think so. I think that's what you would have to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried it. I tried recording some like Zelda footage onto my Ninja Flame, and I was just like, "This is game changing. I should start a gaming channel."
But I don't think you need the Ninja Inferno to do that. Like you could use like the product that I have, the AV.io 4K. I think you can get away with it via HDMI. Well, I guess it just depends. I don't know for sure.
I mean, yeah, I guess it could be one of the solutions. How much? Oh yeah, yours.
Unless because I can record 4K directly into my computer, unless the goal was to record directly into the Ninja recorder,
Mm-hmm.
so you didn't have to use your computer resources to record the footage. You get me?
That might be it.
Like that way.
That might be too. Yeah.
I'm sure you can clarify it later.
Well, the Ninja Inferno. Well, is he recording from like his Xbox or PlayStation or like? Maybe.
What's that?
I mean, like the Ninja Inferno, I would say it's better for the consoles, right? Like the Xbox or the PlayStation, or it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Or it doesn't matter.
No idea.
Like, would you like connect? Would you put your monitor to your computer and then have an HDMI output from the monitor to the Inferno? Does that work?
Wait. So you're doing like a pass through then?
Yeah, because like what?
So you're having it go from your console to your monitor that you're watching, and then from the monitor to the actual thing?
Yeah.
I guess you could do it.
I don't know.
I think you can.
I tried a while ago. I'm not sure if I directly connected my Wii U or Switch or whatever too much. I don't know what I did. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, just move on. I don't know if you can do it 4K though. That's the thing I was wondering.
Yeah, Chris Mega Games, let us know. Let's see here. I'm the Brown says, Jason, I walked in the Digital Goja shop on 4th of July weekend. Really cool shop, but nothing like Sammy's.
Oh, Digital Goja is a real place?
I actually found that out from a Tola Visuals video. Like, she went to go visit it.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I was like, what, Digital Goja is real? They have an actual storefront?
Wait, they're like in LA or something? Or?
No, I think they're from... Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I don't know where Digital Goja is.
Miami.
Miami? Okay. Yep. All right. Says here, let's see. If you're seeing anything, just call it out, Danny.
Okay. Let's see here. Shrek81 asks, what's a super chat? It's when you click on the money symbol underneath the say something part and you send some money to Jason Vaughn.
Thank you so much. Right. Much appreciated. The next best thing that you could do is give this, what is this? This live a thumbs up.
I know right now, but like Jason Vaughn I said, we are going to tackle them in a little bit. So you might have to re-ask your questions a little bit later. So we do apologize for that. Let's see here.
For sure. Lion the Lion says, I recently shot a wedding with my newly acquired 24 to 35 art. Coming from Nikon 24 to 70, I definitely had to change the way that I shoot. Interesting. JYP Photo says, picked up the 35 2.8 55 1.8 combo for my A9. 35 55 85 combo for the win. Congrats, JYP. And damn, I'm the Brown.
Thank you, I'm the Brown.
Coming in for that $5.
Showing everybody how the super chat's done.
Thank you.
Thanks, I'm the Brown.
Thank you, I'm the Brown. You're awesome, man. You are awesome. Jim P Photo says, new gear, toenail clippers. Can't sneak in another lens under my wife's more attentive eye. I'm glad you're checking in and letting us know you're alive, Jim. One day,
Brad Harris says, going from 42 and 36 megapixels, I was prepared to not be impressed with the A9 files, but for whatever reason, the output of the A9 surprised me on how good it looks. It looks good. The A9 stuff looks good.
I'm gonna get it, man. If the A7 III does not deliver, I'm gonna go straight for the A9.
I really think the A7 III is gonna deliver.
A7 III.
I absolutely think it will. I'm in my mind. Here's what's in my mind right now. Bigger battery. It will have the better screen. It'll take all the same tech from the A9. They're just going to cripple the FPS, but they have to give the better battery because everyone's complained about the battery life. You're going to get that bigger increase in there. So I don't know.
John Lee, $5. Thank you, John.
Woo. Thank you, John, for the $5.
You're awesome. Thank you. GoFundMe for Jason's A9. Thank you. I have $10 for the A9 now.
Jason is $10 closer, guys. We get it.
that much closer to the A9.
He doesn't even have enough to get a battery yet, but it's
maybe I'm working towards the pinky grip right now.
Keith Alexander says, I want Jason's shirt for my birthday. LOL. Now, do you want the one that Jason's specifically wearing, or would you like your own personal Would you
like a brand new shirt? Or do you want this one right here?
Just if Jason's ever like at a Sony event, just go over there and if you're in, I don't know if you're in the LA area, Keith. I don't remember, but yeah, Jason can work some magic. He might be able to.
No, hey, don't make no promises for me, man. I can't make any. Can't be. I don't have shirts for you, man. You can have this one though. It smells like blood, sweat, and tears.
And moving on. All right.
All right, guys. Like we said, very very slow news in the world of cameras.
I gotta read. Okay, sorry, David Oster. I don't know if you said it already, right? But about the SmallHD Focus with David.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That my wife is gonna kill me for getting the SmallHD Focus. I'm in trouble. I ordered it finally. I was waiting, Jason. I was like waiting. I was like, because I was contemplating between the Ninja, right, the Ninja and the SmallHD, and I said, you know what? I don't really need a recorder personally, but I need something to record with the Sony stuff because the Sony does not have a flip out screen.
Yeah.
And I like to do some B-roll footage, so just to record me like I'm actually shooting something outside. And it sucks because, you know what, I have a question for you now.
Okay.
When you shoot via HDMI, do you lose autofocus?
No, you only lose face detection if you shoot in 4K.
Okay, got it. All right, because
Yeah.
that was pretty. You already lose. You already lose. That's weird. They need to fix that.
Yeah.
Like
I
face
agree.
detect should not go out of should not stop working in 4K. They should get that stuff squared away. That's kind of
I
ridiculous.
learned that the hard way because I shot an entire video thinking that the face detection would work because I was having the Ninja Flame just kind of feed me back what my framing was. And then like when I looked back at the footage, I was like, holy crap, this is horrible because it was just constantly pulsing in and out of focus. It was focusing on my ear, was focusing on my face, and then back to my ear, and then back to the TV. I mean, there was like a whole combination of things. Like my AF setting was a little bit off, but because I didn't know that face detection was disabled because you connected via HDMI, that I think it kind of just went out the window. So I'm a lot more careful now. Like if I do shoot with a monitor, I make sure I use the zone focusing and just kind of like position it to where my face would be, and it solved most of my issue.
It's just so odd. I feel like that is like one thing that Sony just doesn't have. It's like I don't know why the face detection. It's the autofocus is still good. It's just face detection just doesn't work in 4K.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, like it's not a huge deal to me right now personally, but yeah, I think if you're looking to shoot, I mean, your YouTube videos, I think it'd be fine. I mean, like maybe do you think they might have fixed it on the A9?
No, it's still the same thing. It disables when you go to 4K. It's disabled.
Oh my god, why?
Yeah,
That's
I know,
weird.
right? That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's weird.
Well, yeah, my SmallHD Focus should come in around Friday, hopefully. It was weird. It was like sold out, and then I just set it in order last week, and so we'll get it in.
Yeah, it's funny too because I made an Anchor podcast like a couple weeks ago, maybe even just last week. But I pretty much just talked about how not having a flip out screen is sort of hurting the Sony Alpha cameras.
I would say it's hurting it for its full potential. I feel like it could be much better. Like I think it could go that next step.
And you know, a lot of people are just kind of switching to Panasonic for like a little bit because they're just like, look, like we rather have a flip out screen so we know what our framing looks like. You know, the autofocus can be a little bit bad. You know, it doesn't have to be that entirely accurate, but I mean, for the vlogging stuff, for something so guerrilla like vlogging, you know, framing is a little bit more important than having my face in focus. So I think that's what kind of people are just kind of jumping ship to.
I don't know. I think when I talked to Manny was saying when he spoke to the engineers, I could be wrong. It's just that it just has to do with the fact that it's just the design, the engineers, how they designed it. You just can't put a flip out screen. But I'm just like, you can always find a way. I mean, but
yeah. So what? We're not going to be able to see a flip out screen for the A7 III?
I don't think so. I'm going to call it right now.
That's heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't
see, but here's the thing now. It's like it forces you to, some people are going to go and get the SmallHD Focus. I would personally not want to have to get a SmallHD Focus, period. Like I just want to kind of set up my camera, flip out the screen, and see what I'm recording.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm in the minority section in terms of like my personal needs is not the needs of everyone else, obviously. And the flip out screen, like that screen that comes out is good already, like for a lot of stuff, like photography wise. But yeah, the video side of things, it does kind of suck, you know. But yeah, I feel like not everyone is in the same boat that I would be personally in, like, or you would be in. But yeah.
Right. I just feel like, yeah, I mean, like it's just seeing the rise of like so many content creators just kind of switching to Sony, you know. I just feel like maybe the next one they should maybe start implementing some sort of flip out screen. Maybe even make it like the A99 II or something, that really weird swivel screen. Like, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really use the A99, so I can't really comment on how well that swivel screen works, but at least it's something.
Oh yeah, it goes all the way up, doesn't it? The A99?
It's crazy. You can like position it to like crazy flippity thingy bobber.
See, it's weird. I like how it's like they even came up with the way. They found a way, right?
They found a way.
So
it's just a matter of fact of if they're gonna implement that same thing to the next.
Yeah, dude, I know it would be ridiculous if they did, but that'd be freaking awesome. I would be really happy because I would just do dual audio. I would just record the audio separately because I know I would have trouble putting a mic on top of the camera. So,
but that's the thing,
yeah.
you know, not a lot of people want to like record audio separately. It's a absolute pain.
I'm just being selfish, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking for myself, but in the general terms, it's like I just wanted to.
No, I understand.
They could literally just kill Sony. They could literally just kill Canon. If the A7 III came up with a flip screen, they could literally just finish Canon's Canon 60 Mark II.
That's what I'm saying, man.
They get Canon 60 Mark II is already on the ground. It's already like struggling, right? And then if Sony came around with the improvements, they just like finish it off right away.
Dead.
So, and I think that's honestly, I think that's going to happen when the A7 III gets announced with this official specs. People are just going to be like, what's the deal with the Canon 60 Mark II? You know, no 4K, lack of this, lack of that. I mean,
yeah,
the dynamic range, which people are bothered by it. But I can always argue for and against Canon, but I don't know.
No, seriously.
It is what it is.
Seriously, man. They really dropped the ball on like 60 Mark II. So all I'm saying is, and even in my Anchor podcast, I was just like, if Sony could just do this one thing, like literally, I think it will keep a lot of content creators happy, you know, keep them staying loyal to the Sony system.
I really do think everyone's just moving. It's really migrating to Sony. It's just happening.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Cool. Let's see what some people have to say. Let's see here. Chris Mega Game says, Danny, I got the Inferno so I can use it for weddings, music videos, etc. And I almost bought the Focus. I was real close.
Ooh. Okay.
Nathan says, Jason, I had a dead pixel and banding on my SmallHD Focus and they refused to fix it. Ouch.
Oh, shoot. Did you get it from B&H Photo, Nathan?
Yeah,
if that's the case, I'd send it back.
Yeah, just return it, man, if you can, if you're still within that time period. Ouch. That's tough.
Alex Sandoval says, my 16 to 35 G Master's out for delivery and I'm still waiting. It's already 7:30 p.m. Oh.
That's like the most painful thing that can happen.
Hey, I think it's going to get Alex, I'm sorry.
Like,
it's delayed. Alex, it's delayed. You're not going to get it for another week. I'm so sorry. It's like stuck somewhere. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I have a mouse, like the Logitech Anywhere mouse. I'm waiting for it to be delivered. It's not here yet, so I'm guessing it's going to be delayed. So it's all good. No big deal.
What am I waiting on?
But it sucks though if you're waiting for your G Master and you're really itching to get the lens. Jeez.
I hate it. It's just like I can't do anything else that day. I'm just like, I have to be alert. I have to make sure the mailman rings my doorbell, or I don't know.
What if the A7S III gets the flip out screen? Because maybe they might just go and say, like, you know what? Make this one the video oriented one. Like, let's just go all in. 6K, 120 frames per second, 4K, all that good stuff. all this stuff ain't gonna happen.
Whoa, dream come true, man. Dream come true.
We can always, like, it's always just dreaming. I doubt it, but
just give me something. I'm just trying to like not think about it too much and just not have my expectation too high. Just so when they have the specs out, I'll be like, all right, it's not too bad. I'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy it. Jason and Danny from Jim P says, I wish Sony had the same screen as the Canon T6 TS. I can't even say it. T6S. Very nice and fast touch focus.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's one area of improvement Sony needs to work on. I mean, work on touchscreen. Mm-hmm. Get it down 100%. Mm-hmm. Totally agree.
Awesome. All right, Danny, it's 7:35. I don't know. We should continue on with our original topic.
I mean, we can a little bit. I mean, we talked about it in the past, but the main topic, I think the title was how we first met and our first impressions.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go with based on mine first of Jason Bong. And you guys should actually share your first impressions of Jason Bong. And I want to know for sure. I want to know this. Who in the chat thought me and Jason Bong were the same person at some point? That's just messed up. But anyway.
Yeah, who here, poll time, who thought we were the same person? Let us know.
Who thought that for like a minute? You know, you thought for a minute that we were the same person. You saw two videos, you're like, isn't that the same person?
And let us know let us know which video that you saw from us first, if you guys remember.
Yeah, I would. That's a good one. I'd like to know if you can remember the first video you saw from our channels. The funny thing is that I remember Jason, like honestly though, when I remember seeing Jason Vong stuff is his vlogs. You were getting into these vlogs. I remember you had a setup in your car, didn't you? You had a setup in your, and I said, what happened to his vlogs? Like I think you would film one vlog per week, right? That was the goal.
Yeah, that was the goal.
And so that's where I fell onto his videos. I'm like, this guy's making the same. He's like, he's kind of reviewing the same stuff I'm doing. Oh crap. Anyway, that's what I first thought. I was like, because I'm competitive, you know. I'm like, okay, I'm like, who's in my neck of the woods? Like, who's in the same kind of territory with me and like making content? And I was like, I see this guy Jason Vong. I'm like, what's going on, man? He's like A6000, A6500. What's the deal here? You know, like that kind of thing. And that's how I found onto it. And I think Jason jumped onto the chat when I started doing the live stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was it. And that's when I noticed it, because I remember Jason Vong from the channel, and then all of a sudden Jason Vong jumped into the live stream when I was first starting. And I was like, who's this guy? Oh yeah, Jason Vong. And so you kept responding. And then later on, I was like, dude, let's just do a live show together. Like just 1 week. And I was like, boom, we did the live show. And it was one of them, I think, went really bad when we had to use our phones to talk to each other.
Those were the good old days, man. Those were the good old days.
The good old days. And people were saying, like, you guys are unprofessional. You'll never do a podcast. You guys, what are you doing? And I'm like, shut up. It's like, the thing is, it's more like, yeah, there's going to be bumps in the road, but you have to just start. You have to just get used to it, right? And so I was still personally learning how to use this whole system. But anyway, we're like 24 episodes now, 23 episodes in. And then later on, we met up. It was when Jason Lanier was having a workshop at Sammy's camera in Fairfax, right? Was it Fairfax?
It was Fairfax. I remember you.
Yeah, it was Fairfax.
I saw your video.
And we were like, okay, me and Jason Vong, we planned to meet up there. And then all of a sudden Jason Vong pops up because he was coming in a little bit late. You weren't really trying to go to the workshop directly. You were trying to get something. I don't know. You were trying to get a cleaning done, or you're asking questions about something. I don't remember. It's one of those things.
I don't even remember. I was definitely trying to get some cleanings done.
Yeah. So Jason comes around, and I'm like, it's exactly who he is. It's weird too. Like when you meet somebody, you know, you see this person, you're like used to seeing them on the screen, and you talk to them and you're not really sure, you haven't met them in person. And when you meet them in person, you're like, it's kind of different, right? And so, but Jason Vong is kind of like the same person that he pretty much kind of is on the screen. And so, yeah, it's not like he's trying to put on a show and be someone he's not. Like he literally is kind of that guy right now that you're seeing. So yeah, it was just kind of odd. It was kind of like a celebrity kind of thing. You know, it's like, oh man, I'm meeting this other YouTuber. It was a pretty cool experience.
Not even. You still had more subscribers than me. I was like, you're the celebrity, man.
Not even, man. Whatever.
Oh man. Well, thank you. Thank you. I remember, yeah, when I was first starting out, like I think, man, I don't exactly remember, but I just know at some point, like because I started making like the A6000 videos, sorry, not the A6000, but the A6500, A6300, A7R2. Eventually, one of your videos popped up, and I was just like, man, who's this guy? You know, like who's that one camera guy? You know, like I'm just like, you know. First, I was trying to be friendly. I think I left some comments on your videos, but then I think like you kind of responded with like one word answers, or like it was just like very like just like kind of cold or dead. I was just like, okay, all right, so much for being friendly, I guess. So I was just like dropping like random comments and like your videos from time to time, just trying to keep track of what you're doing, trying to keep up to date. Yeah. You know, like you said, you know, kind of know the people in your feud or whatever. So that's what I was trying to do with you. And then I think eventually I was just like in Japan, you know, I was shooting my A6500 review, and I was just like, oh my God, dude, like I you know, this camera's, you know, it's touted for its fast autofocus, blah, 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 you know, and I have nothing that I can really demonstrate. So I was just like, I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to salvage this review? You know, I was like kind of like sweating bricks, and I was like, yeah, wait, there's this one guy, it's that one camera guy. Like he shoots all these sports stuff. Maybe I can ask him to send me some footage. I didn't think he would do it, man. So like I just hit you up. I was like, yo, I was wondering if you can send me some of your sports footage. In exchange, you know, I'll credit you in my video. And then like I could have sworn I hit you up on Facebook too. It was like your Facebook fan page, and I swore that I was just like, man, this guy is probably not going to respond to me. He probably doesn't care. He probably saw me as a competition. Like, why would he want to help me? So you responded. You're like, yeah, let me see if I can find something. So I was like, okay, yeah. Usually people say that, but they don't get back to you for like a week or two, and then you have to kind of follow up. But I think surprisingly, you actually followed up like right away. Like you actually had something uploaded the same day, and you Dropboxed it to me, and you're like, here you go, man. Hope these are good. And I was like, oh shoot. So Danny, so that's how it kind of all started. Like Danny and I, like me kind of like asking Danny, like, hey, can I steal some of your footage? And he agreed. And then I guess, then the second time that I went to Japan, like I was just kind of sitting there in like the Starbucks, and then I was just like, hey, that one camera guy is live. And I was like, oh, cool. Let's see what this is all about. So then like, we chatted, and I was just like, this whole live thing is very interesting. Maybe I should try out live myself. So yeah, in a way, I feel like Danny has always just inspired me, just to like, he's always testing out something new on YouTube, and I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. Maybe I can find some ways to incorporate it into my videos, or I can try this like whole live thing out, and eventually, coming back full circle, Danny asked me to do this whole Monday night live thing with him, and 24 episodes, and we're sitting here talking to each other and reading out some of the comments that happened in the chat.
Yeah, what's the funny thing is that there was a point when I stopped making videos in like January, like starting February, and that's when I started the live stuff. But Jason got me motivated to keep going. Like I almost quit. Like I almost like just wanted to stop making YouTube videos. I was just struggling to get back into the groove of things. And Jason's like, dude, you just got to start making videos again. Because I felt bad because Jason was making videos and he was doing his live shows, and like people were coming to his channel. I'm like, crap, man, I gotta bring up my end of this, do my work. And so, I was just struggling. I was just like, it was like a dry spell for like 2 months, and I just wasn't making any content. It's just a creative block, just like I can't do it. Like I don't want to do it, and because I was really busy, I had stuff to take care of. But I powered through it, and eventually the videos started rolling around again. And yeah, if Jason hadn't bothered me about it, I probably would have. It would have been much harder on my end. So yeah.
I think that's just gonna happen to like one of us. Like I feel like right now Danny's like pushing strong during the summertime, and I'm just like kind of falling behind right now. My contents are slowly coming out while his is like cranking out on a daily. So we're gonna switch. Once Danny goes back to teaching, I'm gonna come in right behind and just amp up my video uploads.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I'm already I already feel the slowdown on my end. Like, I've got another video dropping this tonight, 12 a.m. specific time.
Damn.
It's weird. I shouldn't even post it. I'm not going to post it at 12. I'm just going to post it like it's like 5 a.m. in the morning or something. Because it sucks because when I post a video, I have to do all the sharing stuff, right? I got to share it here. 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 Yeah. And then post it on my site. And I'm like, why do I want to be up at 12 o'clock at night? But I was testing something on YouTube where it consistently at the same time and see how it affects the algorithm. I've been doing some tests with the algorithm stuff on the YouTube end because I just want to know how things are working out. But yeah, that's the situation right now. And yeah, it's going to slow down on my end. I'm trying to do like 4 to 5. It might just end up being like 3 videos a week, but that's what might end up happening during the school year. So, but yeah, cool. That is it. I guess we can jump to the chat.
We'll jump to the chat and we'll see what people are saying. Lewis Happy says, no, that's racist. Alexis Flores says, I thought the exact same thing. I'm guessing they're referring to us looking alike. Oh. I don't know, man. I will never forget the. I remember someone, did leave you a comment. They watched your video, but instead of saying Danny or that one camera, they're like, "Hey, thanks for a great video, Jason." Yeah. And then I was like, when I saw that comment, I was like, "Ooh, snaps, Daddy." Ooh.
Hey, can I share something and interject with this? Okay, so I did the video with the Camland 50mm f1.1. I don't know if I talked about it last time, but Christopher Frost, the guy who does the lens reviews, okay?
Right.
He did the video first, right?
Right.
Camland contacted me. They called me Chris.
Oh.
So the subject line on the email said, "Hi, Chris. Thanks for making the video on the Camland 50 f1.1. Yada, yada, yada." I'm like, I'm not Chris. So when I replied back, I said at the end, Danny, like as far as my name.
Shit.
So I think they just copied and pasted the email they sent to Christopher Frost in the same email to me. I was like, wow, that's
Probably
these Chinese companies, man. They
disrespectful, dude. Disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
I remember you said something like that too. You're like, I'm not Jason, by the way.
All right, I'll get back to the chat.
The best comment that I've got, they're like, yeah, you look like that one camera guy's goofy brother, and I was just like, I'll take it.
Oh,
I'll take it.
Oh man, it's too funny.
Brightside Production says, nah, you both look different. Thank you.
JYP Photo says, I thought Jason was one of those camped outside, the ones camped outside Comic-Con conventions.
I have never camped out Comic-Con or any of that stuff before. That's too much. I the only thing I camped out for was a Nintendo 3DS outside Target at 5 a.m. in the morning, but that's the extent of me camping out the stuff. Let's just say if Sony dropped something pretty damn cool, like a camera that I had to line up for, I'd do it. I set up a tent.
Okay. What if it's like limited release, right? Limited color release, like they do sneakers and everything like that. They just limited release of the camera.
Yeah.
I thought about that. What if they release cameras like limited edition? That'd be insane.
I think that's gonna happen. You know, seeing just how like this whole YouTube trend is going. Like a lot of people are just starting to get into cameras and lenses. I think maybe even one day, maybe Sony's gonna be the first one. Who knows? They're gonna put out this like limited edition, maybe even Zeiss put out like a gold lens or something. You just have it's limited 100 run or some I don't know how that kind of stuff works, but wouldn't that be something?
I think there is a company manufacturer that already does it. I think it's like it starts with there is a company. I don't remember their name. They make the really rugged weather sealed cameras. They're DSLRs.
Huh.
They make really weather sealed, like really good weather sealed stuff, but they have different colorways, like different country colorways. Like I saw one like kind of decked out like the Philippine flag or whatever. Colorway. Yeah, there's one that does do that. I just don't remember. Someone hopefully in the chat will refresh my memory. But I thought it'd be cool. I mean, I see Nikon trying to do it with some of their stuff, like their 100-year anniversary.
Okay,
stuff.
that'd be interesting because I am looking forward to that one day. I think it's gonna happen. By the way, guys, sorry for delaying the open Q&A, but if you guys have questions for us, we're going to start taking them right now. So just start queuing them up with a hashtag QA. We're going to go over a few more comments on the whole me and Danny looking alike thing, and then we'll move on to the questions. Let's see here. Pat Adolfo says, being Asian myself, I can tell you two were different. Two different people reviewing Sony gear.
Luis Happy says the video that I guess he remembers was Jason's best lenses for APS-C sensors. That was a fairly new one.
That's fairly
new. And then my video on how to use a A6000 flash.
Yeah, I feel like me and Danny, we provide like very different content, so I think we kind of help balance each other out. Like Danny has a lot of good like introductory tutorials on how to use the cameras, and there's just me talking about why you should waste your money on these lenses. So there you go, two different interviews.
Yeah. I think the more content, the better. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's like more content. Everyone, it's a win-win for everybody.
You use your cameras for different purposes. I use my camera for different purposes. But I think like sharing our user experience on the gear and how it works for us. I think that's something that's like very valuable to people.
Yeah. Cool.
Shrek says, I found Jason Vong first and then found that one camera guys through one of Jason Vong's suggestions. Been a fan of both since.
Cool.
Let's see.
I'm the Brown said at Jason Vong, how could we confuse you guys? You're always smiling and Danny was always cringing from his braces. Dang, he remembers when I had my braces.
You were making videos with your braces?
I had back then when I still had my braces on at some point.
How long was that ago? Holy crap.
That was probably when I started back doing YouTube again, when I had my Panasonic GH4.
Wow.
And I was doing a computer build, I think. I had braces on, so.
Oh, you had braces pretty late in the game then, huh?
Yeah, and then I had a double jaw surgery, so I had jaw surgery done. So if you look at my video, if you look at me like one of my earlier videos, I look like a completely different person. Although I was a hell of a lot skinnier then, but now like my face like is very different looking. So yeah, check out one of my earlier videos and look now. You're gonna be like, what the hell happened? So,
I'm gonna do it. Like one of my friends went through I think two of my friends went through some sort of like jaw surgery or two, and damn, they look different.
Yeah, I had a really bad underbite, and so with the double jaw
Yeah,
surgery,
I think
it
my
broke.
friend too. My friend, I think he is or he's undergoing through the same thing. So interesting.
Yeah.
JYP Photo says Jason for his 24 to 70 G Master video and Danny for trolling the GH5's autofocus.
Yes, yes. I wish I could do more trolling videos, but it's kind of like left field. You just kind of just go for it, and
Mhm.
hopefully, I mean, you get a lot of backlash for those. But Photo Miak says that one Asian guy. How do you know about my other channel, Photo Miak? Are you like spying on my other content? All right.
Curtis Mega Games. Jason was fashionably late. For what?
What the
I'm always late
heck?
for some reason. LA time, dude. I run on LA time and Asian time.
Pat Dolfo says first vid of Danny was his impressions on the Sigma 18 to 35. And then for Jason Vaughn was the WonderCon vid cosplay.
I'm surprised how well that video did. I should do more.
You should.
I was introduced. David Johnson says I was introduced to Jason Vaughn from Manny Ortiz and Danny on his A6300 Manny Pacquiao video. You did a Manny Pacquiao video?
Yeah, when I was getting back into videos, so I just had the A6300. I still had it. I was like, okay, this stuff's fresh. Let me make some videos. And then my brother knows this guy who does Sikaran, which is his martial art, Filipino martial arts, and he's trained with Manny Pacquiao.
Oh,
So my brother knows this guy, and he runs his martial arts program, and he trains with Manny Pac. He's gotten the opportunity to train with Manny Pacquiao, like in LA and stuff like that, and I think he's traveled. And then he just invited my brother and just people he knows to go to LA. And we almost got to go to his house in LA, almost, but things didn't work out. From what I was told, like the wife didn't want us there. Like the wife didn't want us, like so many people to come by. But we got to meet like Freddie Roach at the gym.
I remember.
But
You know what? I remember that video now. You were like kind of shooting photos of like people getting
yeah,
ready, I guess.
yeah, and they were
Oh
training, and
shit!
I read later, and there was a sign that says no flash, no photography or video, and I was like, oh crap, and I was like recording inside the what was it the wild card gym.
Was that
And then I got to meet Manny Pacquiao's photographer too.
nice?
So that was
But
pretty
yeah, I mean, you
interesting.
were still able to use the footage for your vlog, right?
Yeah, it was part of that video.
Yeah,
I did.
okay.
I still used it. No, I didn't get any
No one
problems
knows.
with
Yeah,
it.
I mean, like you were figuring out like you're like, okay, I'm not that big enough, anyways. No one's gonna find out. That's like me.
And
That's like me for everything. I'm just like I'm not that big, so I'm gonna get away with some things.
yeah, and he had the photographer had just got the A6300. I think he was shooting with a Nikon D5, and I was
Uh-huh.
helping him with his Sony Alpha 6300. I was like, I feel very proud of myself just right here.
Nice. Do you
This guy
still
who
keep in
traveled.
contact with him?
Oh no, I didn't. It wasn't that. It was just like one-on-one talk,
Damn, I wish. Yeah, should have got his
But it's cool.
contact, man.
It's cool though. It'd be pretty awesome.
Let's see here. I'm the Brown says, that one camera guy, I enjoyed your live streams while you were at sport events.
They were so bad on the Brown. They were so bad. It was the first time I was really trying. Like I was just like live stream was so brand new to me, right? I was so late to the game and I was like, I'll just try it, see what happens. And I was just chatting my brain off. It was funny. Like people were asking questions. I was like, cool, live stream's cool. So I was like, let's just go. Let's just try it. But yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad you
know.
started something, man. You definitely started this whole live thing.
Arnold Galanado says, Danny, just live stream yourself teaching to keep up with Jason during the school year.
Put a camera out and we'll just tune into your classroom.
I've been thinking about building like a course basically for Sony mirrorless in the future, but that's a thought. But it'd be really cool. Like if we could all just like meet up, and if you didn't know how to use your Sony cameras, like I'm not that bad with teaching. I've had to teach high school kids. That's why I've gotten pretty good over time, because you learn quickly how people learn and what they don't get, and so that's how I've gotten okay with like just doing this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like combining your teaching skills and like just teaching high
It's been
school.
beneficial.
It's been beneficial. Yeah, definitely. I can't teach. I'm just like, you just go to this button right here. Like a lot of my teaching would have to be like straight up B-roll examples, like literally like me going into settings and pressing on something. Like I think I'm too detailed sometimes.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm not detailed enough. I don't know. You guys let me know.
Don't make it too perfect. I always think about what questions someone might ask. Like if when I explain something, I always think, am I explaining it in such a way that I'm not going to get 25 questions later?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I try to phrase it in such a way that there won't be any problems.
Yeah.
But you can't make it perfect. So.
Yeah, you can't. You really can't. Like I always try to like script something up and I'm just like, okay, I think I'm hitting all the points now. Oh crap, is this too long? Maybe I should take some things out. But what if I take this out and someone doesn't understand what this is? I'm just like constant back and forth.
Zoom Chris, what's up? What's going on, Zoom
Chris?
Hey, I like that new photo of yours on there. Looking good, man. That little profile picture. Because I remember the other one he had before.
I can't see. It's too small.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to click on that later. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We're gonna jump into the questions right now. We just reached to the end of the comments. So, Devin, Ron, we're gonna do the Q&A for about 10-15 minutes. Is that cool with you, Danny?
Just go for it. Let's steamroll. Let's go.
Okay. Devin, Ron says A7000 with slightly bigger body for the A9 battery, 4K 60, flip screen dual slots, basically a GH5 direct competitor, priced the same. Am I right?
Yes. 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 You are on the money, Devon. Devin, that's like killer right there. That's like it. Like that's done.
Good.
Ken Moser says, looking into a macro for my Alpha 6300, do you have experience with the 30mm or the FE 50mm macro? Which would you recommend? Jason, you have one of those.
I have 30. I like it, but there are people who said the flash, because of how ridiculously close you have to get to the subject with the 30mm, if you use a flash, your lens is going to cast a shadow. So I personally use it for videos. It's been working great for me, but if you're thinking about using it for flash photography, you might run into that issue.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe also consider extension tubes. That's another way.
Do you lose quality when you use extension tube?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if there's loss of light either. I got to go into it and learn more about it.
Okay. 90 is good too.
Oh, go ahead and you read the next one. I just went back forth. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to butcher your username. Now Layer Studios. When you guys going to meet your viewers on live stream? We met some of our viewers on a live stream. What was it? 3 months ago? 2 months ago when we were at the Sammy's meetup, and we're probably gonna do another one in October. Me and Danny are going to Photo Plus. So if you guys are gonna be in New York, October 25th to whatever October 30th, we'll be there. So hit us up.
And like I said the last stream, I'll be at Sammy's Camera at Fairfax for Manny Ortiz's workshop. He's working with somebody else, so I'll be there on Saturday. So if you want to bump into me then, I'll be there. So you can say hi. You're in the area.
Cool.
All right. Batch Tudor Kiernan says Glidecam or gimbal.
Gimbal all the way, man.
I say gimbal. I think with the advent of these smaller cameras and the advanced technology in the gimbal, I think the gimbal is the way to go. If you're using a lighter camera, obviously, I think it's the way.
Carlo Timothy, Sony A9 has power zoom, right? With remote, would be sick to bust down the A6500 gimbal and do moves while zooming in and out wirelessly. I can't confirm that, Danny.
Oh, can't. All I know for photos, and I talk about video, I know that when you can't zoom. Oh no! Oh, the 18105, you can't zoom and take pictures at the same time. I think that's what I learned, something like that. Anyway, I think I think you can wirelessly get it to zoom. I'm not sure. It is a power zoom though, so I don't know if you can control it. Interesting.
Yep. I'm looking to pick up an 18105 myself. So, but as of right now, I can't confirm.
Let's see here. I think Pat and JYP Photo are talking about Pentax and Ricoh. I think those were the two models. I think that do design different.
Okay.
Different colorways.
Got it. Interesting. Chris Mega Games says Hasselblad did a special edition, I think, back in the day for $30K or something like that.
Ooh, that's nothing, man. That's peanuts.
Yes, okay. All right. I don't even have $30K in my bank. Damn.
Let me sell everything that's right here. There's all this, and I think I'll be there. Let me sell everything.
My entire life savings, so I'm gonna have to sell some of that too.
All right, Talka Q&A says, how are the new Rokinon Samyang 35mm f2.8? Have you all heard anything regarding its AF? I'm working on Rokinon to possibly send me a unit so I can test the autofocus one, the 35 f2.8, and then I might get a loaner from Sony at the same time I get the Rokinon version. Does that make sense? So I can do a comparison, because I don't want to spend $700 on the lens. That's too much.
Arno G says, QA, should I get the 28 or 38 Parapop Glow for solo portrait shooting? Get the 38, man.
I'm gonna take this one from Casper. Jason, you don't have to respond. He says, what do you guys think of the angry photographer? Woo! All right. Let's see if this video goes viral.
Get the popcorns ready.
What I think about the angry photographer? I think he does what he does for his viewers, though. Like, he provides the content that his viewers want. And the fact that he has 100,000 subscribers means people do follow his content. And whether you like it or not, or whether you like some of his content or not, or some or not, he's providing the content for his viewers. So I don't know. I don't have anything like personally against him or anything like that. Honestly, he was the reason why the A9 video got as much traction as it did. I mean, I have nothing else to just say but thank you. But
you have to attribute your success to him, man.
Yeah, that little bump I got in the summer was honestly it fell a lot on him, because he blew it up. He blew it up, and I'm not going to comment on his opinions on everything else, but that's my thoughts on angry photographer.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said it before. I mean, like, he lives up to his name. He's the angry photographer. You can't fault him for that. He's delivering the content like Danny's saying. So I have a lot of Nikon friends who are just like, yeah, I love this guy. He's hilarious. So he's doing his job.
He does provide good info, though. Like, there's some cases where you need to know something, like Nikon prime lenses, manual focus lenses. Like, he has really good content there. And he just puts the character. Like, he has the character to keep it entertaining for people. So, yeah.
Good on him. Good on him. Lion the Lion says, QA, I'm thinking about selling my Zeiss 85. Should I just use the funds on the Sony 85 or the Sigma 85? Autofocus performance versus creamy bokeh. Sony 85, man. I mean, I love the form factor, the tiny little one versus that giant hulk of piece of glass that you have to lug around. Not worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that might be a smarter move. If you absolutely are just like, I need 1.4, then yeah, the Sigma 85 art, right? But I think if you're using a body that has stabilization in it, then the 85 Sony's good.
I just feel like with the Sigma 85 art versus like even the G Master, I would still take the G Master over, even though people are saying the 85 from Sigma is like way better. I'm like, well, you have an adapter hooked up to it, and it's just bigger and bulkier and heavier. I don't know. I factor a lot of things in aside from like
it really goes down to what you do. Like, if let's say, for example, you're just doing senior portraits, right? And you're not in a major rush, then I could see you doing like an adapted lens. But if you're like shooting a wedding or you need to like be on the go, then I would absolutely go with the completely autofocus lens. Like, I would need that reliability.
Yeah.
Barry, am I
next?
I
didn't read that one yet.
Go read Barry's. Barry's house.
Oh crap! I just lost it. Barry's house. Jason helped me decide to buy my crane and other stuff on Prime Day. He's also helping me get a divorce. You're welcome, Barry.
She's gonna get half the crane. Be careful.
Yeah, she's gonna get half the crane. I'm sorry. It's gonna be half the crane and half of whatever you bought on Prime Day.
Oh man. Brightside Production says, if you only had to take 2 lenses on a wedding shoot, which 2 lenses would you take?
24 to 70, 70 to 200.
Woo. I don't have the Sony 35, but if I did, I would get the Sony 35 Zeiss 1.4 and the G Master 85, which I don't have as well.
Your dream
That's
lenses.
Me. Yeah, those are my dream. Until there's a 35 G Master. I think if there's a 35 G Master, I'm going to get it.
Bachudor says or asks, which LUT is your favorite? I don't have a favorite LUT, but the pack that I'm using is James Miller D LUTs.
There you go. I've also bought it, but I don't use it. All right, so
Ken Moser, QA, pull the trigger on the A6500 or wait if fall brings out the 6700. Just get the 6500.
Yeah, don't wait. Here's, like I said before, if you absolutely need the camera ready to do some stuff, to like make stuff happen, get it already. Like, because we haven't heard anything at all, period, about the 6700, right, Jason? Like, there's nothing. The A7 III, yes, like that, but the A6700, there has been nothing remotely mentioned about that at all. So, and there could be. I mean, it's Sony, right? I mean, like from the field, boom, you get an A6700. So.
QA from Xeox. Sony Zeiss APS-C 16 to 70 f4 or full frame Sony 24 to 70 f4 for the 6500.
Only if you're going to go to full frame later.
There you go.
That's what I would say.
There you
if
go.
you know you're going to upgrade to full frame. I'm going to take Mario Crespi's question real quick.
Damn
the
it.
Sony service. He says he had a terrible experience with the Alpha 6300 and RX 100. I don't know. I'm hoping that they're trying to make improvements, because I know like about a month ago or a few weeks ago, they finally are 24/7 service. So I don't know when that might have happened. I have not broken anything in particular. So if once I do, I will reevaluate and let you guys know as well. Like how things go. So
same.
That's what
I mean, like my experience has been amazing, but nothing has broken on me yet, so I can't really make a comment. But it has been amazing.
But I feel like we're on their list though, Jason. So it's not fair. I have a really bad feeling we're getting priority. So sucks for everybody else, and now they hate us. Okay, moving on.
Don't hate us, man. Don't hate us.
Don't hate the game.
They have to prioritize us because we got to make out good content for you guys. It all goes back to you.
Let's see.
Chris Barr, QA, is the Sony A77 Mark II used $800 still worth it with A-mount glass becoming so cheap? I don't know. I don't use the A-mount, so
I don't know. I don't either, but I really want to rent one out. I think one day I'm just going to rent out the A9, like that series of cameras, and just try it out and see what the deal is with it, because I haven't had a lot of experience with it. So as far as it worth $800, I don't know, Chris Barr. I'm not sure. It's a tough call.
JYP Photo says, see you guys at Photo Plus. We'll go have some pho. Who's okay? Okay, Danny and I we apologize first of all, but there was a commenter that said they would take us out to some great New York pizza, but we don't remember your username. So if you're in the chat right now, please let us know.
I don't think they're there, man.
We're dying for some New York pizza, man. But pho is good too. I love pho. After some beer, of course. Anyways.
Nathan says, Jason Vong, check your Facebook messages. I sent you about the SmallHD.
All right, we'll do. This is why I'm Team Atomos.
You know what's funny? I wanted to talk about this. You know how you were saying when you had contacted me and you thought that you weren't going to get a response back from me. Remember that? When you said, I'm going to ask this fool here. We'll see if I even get a response back. And I cannot tell you enough that it's really easy to reach out to YouTubers like ourselves.
Yeah.
Like you can just DM us. Yeah, there's a chance. I know that there's sometimes I get kind of a lot, because I do get a lot of DMs. I've been getting a lot of DMs like lately on Instagram that just says, can you help me with this on my camera? Can you help? And so some stuff gets lost, and unfortunately I don't get to it in time. And I feel bad because like sometimes it's like it's been 5 weeks and then I was like, ah, crap. So I never respond back to those because it was just so long ago. But I really do try to get to them. So if you don't get me on Instagram, you can message me on Facebook, things like that. And if I have time, I'll try and respond back. But we are reachable, if that makes sense. We are reachable.
Yeah, just to kind of add on top of that, because I also have a buttload of messages that are completely unread right now. But it's not that because we don't want to answer you guys. It's because there's a lot of messages. And yes, your messages do get lost. So please, if we don't get back to you, just send the message again.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's really tough to go through like every single message, especially when there are messages that are like either like an essay page long, or they're so short that it's just like, how do you even have enough info to work with what they provide? So
I get the one where, can I ask you a question? Just ask the question.
You see what I mean? I had that. I'm just like,
just ask the question, because it's like you just ask it. That way, it's like just keeps it simple, and And then sometimes it's weird too. I don't know. Like I get this weird vibe, like we're supposed to keep the conversation going for a lot longer, and I'm like, I really do apologize. Like I tried my best. I got the answer as best as I can, but I'm like, I gotta move on now. You know, like I gotta move on. You know, it's not like I don't want to keep talking to you. It's just like,
yeah,
you know.
it's not that we want to be short with you guys, but it's a chat, so we got to keep things going. So we want to give you the answer as fast as possible, but at the same time as helpful as possible and not brush you off. So if we do come off short, we apologize.
Yeah, it's really not meant to be that way. Totally, never. It's never meant to be that way.
What
Very thankful for the viewers.
Danny, what I really like about these messages sometimes is that there are people who insult me in my videos, and then in the next video they will like ask me for like some camera advice. Has that ever happened to you?
It might have. It might have happened. I don't know.
I remember. Do you remember there's this one guy who was just like he was mad hating on you, and he was on the chat, and he was like, Jason, why are you talking to that one camera guy? Like, I lost respect for you. I unsubscribed. You know, like that was
I remember that.
Yeah, 2 months ago, right? Yeah. And then like I like last week he left me a comment asking my opinion on something, and I was so tempted. I was so tempted to like comment back and be like, I thought you unsubscribed to me, but I didn't want to be cold.
It is what it is.
I mean, like, come on, guys. If you're gonna insult us, you're gonna like be mean to us. We're not gonna, we're gonna remember, and we don't want to help you.
We do see the comments. Yeah. Well, I for sure I do see them. Just a couple of things too. I know we got into a tangent, but anyway, we're just trying to have a chill day today. Yeah. Some people will post links to stuff. It gets automatically sent to spam. It's not like, oh, he's trying to like ding us, or it's just that the system in it is meant to directly go there, because we get a lot of spam from people saying, check out this. And it's like, it's literally a spam message. So anytime a link is posted, it'll automatically get flagged as spam. And then your account will get flagged as a spammer. And so you might be wondering, like, why is my stuff not getting posted? It's because you've been flagged. And it wasn't intentional. It's because if you post links, they think you're spamming. And so that's how that works. And it's just there to block people from posting. Like, there's some people, like I said, I get it all the time. I love your video. The one they say, have you ever got like this? I love you, Jason.
Yeah. It's like, I love you. Click on this video.
Like it's a video I made about you, right? And there's a link to it, and so that's why the spam filter is on, so we don't get those weird things happening. So we do apologize if
you post links. Just know that 90% it will just end up in the spam section of the comments. So
maybe try to post it differently. Don't actually post the original hyperlink. Just post like part of the link or something.
Yeah.
All right.
And don't send us any shady links, because we're not going to click on it. So it better be credible.
Pat Adolfo says, if possible, could you look into the other Sigma art lenses, like the 19mm, 30mm, 60mm? I almost dropped some money to get those, Pat, but I don't want to. So if Sigma's willing to work with me, then maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, Danny, that's all you, man. That's all you. I'm not even.
Yeah, I am curious about those lenses though.
Cool.
But, yeah.
All right, guys, it's 8:15 now. Danny, is there anything else? Any comments that you want to tackle, or is there anything else you want to say before we conclude the show?
I think that's it for right now. As far as like someone's talking about going to Portland or something in the future, I'd love to go check out some other places. I mean, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, man,
I'm down for that.
I want to travel more.
Yeah, I think that's one of my goals too. Is just do meetups, maybe do some basic workshops, things like that, and yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, Danny said it. 2019, he's gonna go on a tour and do workshops.
maybe 5 people will show up.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into tonight's Monday Night Live. If you want to check out Danny's stuff and you haven't already done so, the link to his channel is in the description box below, or just type in number one camera guy.
Yes.
Cool.
There's another one out there. Just be careful.
Oh, and that's right. What are you on Twitter? The one camera guy?
Yeah, on Twitter, I'm the one camera guy, but I don't really use Twitter. So I either just use Facebook or Instagram. If you want to DM me, you can DM me on Instagram. And then also on Facebook. Facebook's cool because it keeps the messages organized. And so I can always kind of see. But the thing is, like, I'll get so many Facebook messages that it gets everything is pushed. Like I don't remember, and it happens. So.
Oh, well, for me, don't message me on Facebook because that is gonna get buried for sure. I get the most contact on Facebook. So right now, no one's really DMing me on Twitter or Instagram. So there you go.
No love for Jason Vong on Instagram.
The chances of me seeing your message on Instagram is a lot higher than Facebook. Just so you guys know.
That one broke guy, that second camera guy. Chris When that one travel guy.
Oh, and before I forget, I know this is like weeks away, but on August 28th, I'll be absent from the live, Danny. So I'll be flying to Paris.
Okay.
So
okay, all right, okay.
All right. What was that? Was that a subtle dab right there, Danny? Is that a subtle dab? What was it? What was that? What was that little thing right there?
My stupid attempt that one.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week on Danny's channel.
Alrighty, we'll catch you soon, guys.
Peace.